Let's play. Sixth ride. So interestingly, the music carries over from the previous level, which is different. There's also these flying characters to disrupt and distract us, which I don't know what those are, but just observations here. So Star Lab is still fresh on the mind. Was not a bad level. Crab characters were interesting to combat, but thankfully there was plenty of laser vision and health power-ups nearby. Now we take the sixth ride, slow and steady, but not too slow, of course, because we're racing the clock. So as we get closer and closer to the game's end, what do you think of this game? Is it so bad it's good? Is it just terrible? Do you feel sorry for those that were involved in the process? Do you feel sorry for those that were duped into buying it? Or were they duped? As many would often say, it's all about what you make of it, right? If you go into something and you decide, hey, I want to love this, it's going to take you some time to warm up to it, but it could become an acquired taste, right? That is a possibility. So, I'm not saying this is definitively going to become an acquired taste for me, but similar to a student in like an algebra classroom, at least to me, I've often wondered, like, after I get technically adept at something, would I go back and enjoy it more knowing how to do it? So I hated algebra when I was in the classroom, but now as an adult, I feel motivated to try to learn again. I know this has nothing to do with Superman, but it's kind of a similar idea. You never would have heard me saying in my younger years, I want to learn math. Never. I just wanted to be able to comprehend the basics. And so maybe in some cases, just it's a game misunderstood, a game plagued with problems and glitches and timelines. But also, it's like algebra. It's a complex math that without the proper guidelines, you're going to struggle with. I don't know, just some food for thought. Looks like we're nearing our next check. Clear the way for the two cars. Okay, let's do that. What have we here? Okay, here's one. Oh, come on. Where'd you go? Oh boy. Apparently they're moving, so let's watch out. No. There we go. There's one. Let's get number 2 here. Okay, there we go. Let's get number 3. These all look suspiciously like Lex Luthor's car, don't they? Just make sure these guys are doing okay. let's keep going. All right. Get your gyrations ready, because I think these rings are gonna start going a little nutso from the looks of things. It's all right. Used some exercise this morning. Eat your bowl of Wheaties and beat you around a Superman 64 before you start the day. It's good for you. What if this game had been adapted for the Wii console? Can you imagine? Like the Xbox Connect, something like that, where you were having to physically do all the weaving and wobbling. I think I mentioned before, a sequel was in development at one point. Definitely has you wondering what that would have entailed. Would it have been on the N64 or on another console? I'm not really sure. We discussed how it made it onto Game Boy but never made it on the PlayStation. What will our next mini game be? I think we're all about to find out at the same time. This is my first round. Oh boy. Okay, let's try this again. Slow down a little bit, buddy. Okay, here we go. Up and at 'em. The shortest poem ever written. Fleas. Adam had 'em. Up and at 'em, boy. Alright, where are we here? Alright, there's very little time. Let's get the tornadoes. Alright. I don't know which one to go to first. One. Oh, come on. I don't have time for this. Come on, be a superhero. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, thank you, God. I hate those. Okay, let's get some more rings. Still catching my breath from those tornadoes. Sorry, folks. So we continue through the skies of Metropolis, like always, on the 6th ride. Far from cool, calm, or collected, as we were on the 5th ride. However, hope is in sight, because an end to the game draws nearer with each round, right? So now it's just a matter of if we have what it takes to be a real champion of Superman 64. I can't tell you. I've never beat it before. Is the ending satisfying? Heartbreaking? Do you start to have a void or a hole in your heart after the game is over, wishing you had another annoying challenge? More mind games with Lex Luthor in this virtual scape of excitement and opportunity? Are you just happy to have the slate cleared to play something more fun? To be decided. I don't know if you can truly answer even right after you beat the game. You've got to let some time pass to be an objective responder to this sort of question, right? Are you enjoying the different soundtrack on this level? Because apparently they decided to do that. Destroy the 6 dark shadows. Alright, get your flying on. You got 1 minute. And these guys have got rocket launchers, so seriously. You've got very little room to... Alright, we'll take that. 3.5 minutes. What else have we here? Alright, flying up. Oh boy. Just in case we need some extra help here at the end. I missed another one. Let's do this again. Because they're moving as much as they are, it's hard to get through. Here we go, let's try this now. What if this game, we talked about the Wii, what if it was like virtual reality and you're like bobbing your head this way and that way, over and around? You probably need a chiropractic adjustment, huh? Whew. Man, oh man. Poor Superman. I know he's the man of steel, but even his virtual spine is bound to be sore by now. Luthor wants to make us dizzy, very dizzy, disorient us. And then in the end, do you wake up and say, it was all just a bad dream because it was virtual? I mean, it is a video game after all, but it's a game inside of a game, right? But are these characters that you're going to rescue, are they at real risk? If they're locked in here forever, could they die? Eventually, their body needs sustenance, right? And we're going to assume that Lex Luthor is not that hospitable, so they could definitely be at risk. Alright, this is dumb. Alright, there we go. Let's do this. We're racing the clock here. Let's see if we can get through. Okay, where am I going? Lift the car. Where is it? What the heck? Okay, that was a fake mission that didn't actually happen. weird. I just kept pushing B, 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 A, and then it allowed me through, so it didn't really seem like it was in an area where a car would have been a big threat to someone, but I don't know, maybe it's just a major glitch, or maybe there is a way to beat that one. Either way, we continue. And I think this is probably our last round of rings for the 6th ride. Unless there's one more little mini game waiting. I think this is it. This one hasn't exactly been my least favorite. I'll have to go back through and evaluate at the end of the game. Because really, it's less about the rings and more about how annoying the little mini games in between are. I still say that very first ride, having to race to that car, not knowing any of the controls, and then trying to figure out how in the world to rescue those people in such a short amount of time seems like a pretty steep challenge. But what I'll have to do now that I have pretty good handle on the controls would be go back and see, is it really pretty easy if you know what you're doing? Do I know what I'm doing? I don't know. Seems like it. Then again, maybe I'm getting overconfident and I'm gonna mess this one up. Time will tell. And we should know, more than likely, in less than 1 minute. Where are we? Superman wins. Nice. There he is.